So all in all, guys, I think my Boston Whaler cost me about Alrighty guys, yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another one-of-a-kind video here at the channel. We do everything boating and fishing. Today guys, we're gonna go ahead and talk about our Boston Whaler, our bread and butter of this channel, you know, my first boat that I ever restored and my personal boat, guys. So today we're gonna be touching on a very important topic, I think, for many people that are looking to go ahead and buy a Boston Whaler, or many people that are trying to get their first boat. Because, you know, not everyone has a lot of money to go out and buy a brand new boat, or not everyone has all the money to go out and buy a boat that's, you know, water ready. So we're going to be kind of going over a few things to kind of be prepared for mentally, I guess, when going into a big purchase like this, because I know I really wasn't expecting all the cost that truly comes behind owning one of these boats, or owning any boat, and all the time and effort it actually does take. So as you guys could tell from the series, guys, I mean, we did literally everything on this boat. You know, we did new gel coat, we put a new floor in, we, you know, repainted it, we put a new floor in, you know, and we put new foam in the inside of this thing, we patched up holes. I mean, guys, we literally did everything possible to this boat, like, I feel like. So let me go ahead and talk about how much time that actually took and how much money it actually took, and what's really going to be the most expensive thing about redoing a boat. Alrighty guys, so here's going to be my personal advice to you guys when go ahead and getting a project boat, getting your personal boat, getting any boat really. So number one, I recommend always having a motor come with it, because this is going to be the most expensive part of any single boat. So luckily guys, when I bought my boat, I paid $2,100 for it, and what I was mainly paying for was the motor. You know, it's a 2016 15 Mercury 4-stroke, and like I said, $2,100 for the motor and the boat and the steering and all that good stuff. So whenever you want to go into a project boat or any boat, like I said, always want to make sure you have a motor. That's going to be most expensive part of anything. But luckily for me, when I bought my boat, it already came with it, so I didn't really have to worry about getting another one. But like I said, this is going to be the most expensive part of any single boat you own, so always make sure you have this in your deal. But let's go ahead and talk about the supplies and what actually cost me the most amount of money in this boat. So first off, when I got the boat, guys, you guys went ahead and saw me tear up this floor. We completely tore up the floor, and it was insane, guys. Like, the floor had a ton of water in it. The foam was completely waterlogged. I mean, it was a waterbed, let's be honest. So the first thing we actually did to this boat, guys, is we completely, you know, tore up the floor, as I said. And the floor probably took, the complete process of doing the floor probably took the most amount of time out of this whole project, because you guys got to think about it. We cut up the you know, floor that came with the boat. Then we went ahead and took all the foam out. Then we had to put new foam in, level the foam out, put a new floor in, and then fiberglass it. But I didn't do one layer of fiberglass, I did a couple layers of fiberglass. So all in all, guys, I'm gonna kind of give a time estimate of how long the floor took me. I'm gonna go ahead and say the floor took me about 30 to 40 hours, to be completely honest with you guys. I mean, taking that foam out was a pretty big pain in the butt, and then putting everything back in was just a long process. And keep in mind, guys, I didn't know how to do this too, so I'm kind of the 40 hours sounds like a lot, but I'm also including time watching YouTube videos, kind of learning how to do this stuff, and shopping for the supplies, you know, because time is money, guys. So, you know, when I'm out at the store getting my resins, or I'm online ordering my fiberglass, I mean, that's all kind of part of it, guys. So I think just my floor alone cost me about 40 hours of my time. Now let's go ahead and talk about price. Alrighty guys, so for the supplies for just my floor, I'm really gonna be going over like some of the basic stuff, I guess, like not like the extra add-ons you don't really need. So for fiberglass, just for the floor, guys, for fiberglass, resins, foam, and wood, keep your wallets close, guys, because when you guys are gonna be doing your boats, I mean, I think the floor alone in this boat probably cost me pretty close to 500, if not 600, guys, because resin is super expensive, and I used epoxy resin, which is the better of the two in my opinion. And I used the wood was expensive. You know, lumber prices right now are through the roof. The foam prices were insane. I kept having to go back to buy more foam because this boat is just foam. And yeah, guys, I mean, the floor was probably the most expensive thing throughout this entire remodel, so keep that in mind. The next part of what I want to talk about, guys, is the outside of the boat. So like I did say, we had a couple holes in the boat to go ahead and patch up. There was that one in the back. There was a little bit of transom hole, you know, structural work we had to work on. So that was all fiberglass and resin. So I actually did use a different fiberglass for the underside of the boat and everything else like that. I didn't use the same fiberglass I used on my floor. So the fiberglass from that I actually got from West Marine. It was like $25. So I mean, that's really no big deal. But then I did use resin. And keeping in mind, guys, like I said, the resin is the most expensive material you're gonna use. So I probably went through 4 jugs of resin, which is insane. So we can add like another $100 just to the outside of the boat in fiberglass. And then also keep in mind, guys, the gel coat. So the gel coat on the outside of the boat, I went with gel coat instead of bottom paint or just using paint because it's an older hull, and with gel coat, guys, it's gonna go ahead and give your boat a little bit of protection, especially on the outside. So, you know, if you hit a coconut, you bump into docks, I mean, it's gonna protect it a lot better than paint would. So for the gel coat alone, guys, the gel coat process alone took me about probably close to 15 hours. And then the gel coat, I went with Total Boat gel coat, you guys saw that. And the Total Boat gel coat cost me about $120 for that can. And I forgot to talk about the fiberglass. The fiberglass on the outside of the boat took me about another 5 hours too. Going into the inside of the boat, guys, this is one of the last things we did to it, and it was the Total Boat Boston Whaler blue paint that we actually went ahead and did. So this paint, I believe, was about $120 on Amazon. Like I said, it's the Total Boat Boston Whaler blue epoxy paint. It took me about a couple hours to do, maybe 2 or 3. I had my brother help me, so it was kind of a nice, easy process. We went ahead and you know, painted this, and it came out looking fantastic. It's a little dirty right now, but I mean, you know, it came out looking really, really good. But keep in mind, guys, the inside of the boat didn't really take too long after the floor was put in. But there's a lot of stuff we still did have to do, and that was, you know, we sealed the guardrails, so we had to buy some 5200, which was another, you know, I think, was it $20-something for the little tube of 5200, and then we bought a big tube of 5200 to seal the console, so that was another like 20-25 bucks. And then another thing too, in the inside of the boat, guys, I mean, we did do some cosmetic / replace some new stuff and got some safety equipment. So, you know, we got the fire extinguisher, we got new cleats, we got the floor mat back there. We had a bimini top already, so it didn't really cost us anything. It came with the boat, but I mean, there's a lot of things that came extra, like a lot of costs associated on the inside of the boat that, you know, wasn't really a part of the restoration, but it did, you know, come along with the boat. So keep that in mind, guys, because I'd say the extra accessories and add-ons and stuff we didn't really expect, like 5200 and, you know, fire extinguishers and all that good stuff, probably cost us another $100. And then another big piece of this restoration, guys, is I actually put on the channel too, was the trailer restoration. So my trailer was completely shot, guys. I mean, I needed a new axle, new leaf springs, new you know, U-bolts. I needed a bunch of new hardware. I needed a ton of stuff, guys, and I actually showed the cost in that video, how much that cost us. But I believe it was, if I can remember, it was somewhere around like $550. Cost me $550 to completely redo my trailer. So that's another thing too, guys, is that when you're getting a project boat or just a regular boat, it's going to cost a good amount of money to go ahead and redo the trailer. So keep that in mind too, guys. And now one of the last costs I think that is associated with the boat, guys, is actually going to go ahead and be the registration, the title transfer, and, you know, getting a new plate for my trailer. So a lot of people didn't know this. I don't know this, you know, unless you're familiar with the DMV and kind of how they do their stuff, you're not really going to be aware of, like, you know, all the costs that goes into registering, getting a new plate and everything else. But registering your boat's not a problem, but when you go ahead and buy a boat and then you have to get a new title for it, you know, a title in your name, there's like a transfer fee of like $150, so you know you could add that to the total. The new plates like another $100. Like I think I walked out of the DMV registering my boat, trailer, and everything else was like, I think it was like 350 bucks. So it's another cost to be associated with owning a boat and redoing a boat, especially for yourself, guys. So just keep that in mind too. Back to just thinking about everything, giving a rough estimate, I'd say about 150 hours of like doing the work, you know, shopping, learning how to do this kind of stuff, just everything. I mean, I'm including it all, like 150 hours to get this boat, you know, to how it's looking today. And it's nowhere near perfect, but I mean, for my first boat, guys, I mean, I think it came out looking absolutely fantastic. So all in all, guys, I think my Boston Whaler cost me about $4,000. I believe it cost me about $4,000, you know, doing a rough estimate. I wish I would have kept my receipts, but I didn't. But I mean, just kind of like factoring that I bought the boat for $2,100, and you know, given the cost of materials to go ahead and do everything, the cost of the trailer, the registration, the you know, I didn't even talk about it, the money to go ahead and service my engine. I mean, given everything, I want to say I'm in this boat about $4,000. So you know, if you're, I'm only 20 years old, guys. So if you're my age, or you're even a first-time boat owner and you don't know what to expect, you know, buying a boat, I mean, keep that in mind, guys, that these things are not cheap whatsoever, and I learned that firsthand. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really just wanted to go ahead and give you guys a video to kind of go over the cost and time, cost and money, about how much, you know, owning a boat is, how much redoing a boat is. You know, it's no joke. So I hope you guys found this video very informative, and if you guys took something out from the video, please go ahead and leave a like. It helps out the video so that more people can see it. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what boat you guys are interested in getting. Let me know what boat you guys have, and let me know what projects you guys are working on. And please guys, go ahead and subscribe. Please subscribe. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys didn't check out my Boston Whaler restoration series for some reason, it was really awesome, very informative, very entertaining. So go ahead and check that out. Bunch of cool videos there, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. It's been your boy, one of a kind, out.